I'm going to make a tray today. I'm going to make a tray for my grandson so they can leave Santa Claus some milk and cookies and maybe some carrots for the reindeer. This is a really cool tray, but I'm not going to use it. Stay with me and I'll show you what we've got going on. Hello everyone, this is Billie. Welcome to Billie Holman Creations. Now, I did have this tray that I did get from a thrift shop many years ago, but I don't want to use this particular tray because I have a resin mold tray. Let me show you what I have, and it's really cute. It might be hard to see being white and it's upside down, but this says, "Dear Santa, there's a place for cookies, milk, and carrots." It says, "With love, our family." So I wanted to do some little bit of decorating this tray. And I'm going to be using UV Resin from Bondcraftor. This is the hard type, and I've used this before. They were gracious enough to send me some. And then they also sent me some beautiful mica powders, 24 colors. Now I put them upside down so I could see what we have. But I think we've got micas for every color we're going to need on this tray. But before I do that, I want to do some fine coloring because this tray has some pieces that are outlined. And I'm hoping, because I know you can use Sharpies or markers in your silicone trays to do some outlining or coloring. But I have this Nails Art marker kit. There's 12 colors, and the reason I'm going to try these is because they have a very fine point. And I already started here, gosh, I think last year, my gosh, with a little red in the candy cane and a little bow on the gingerbread man. So let's just see how far I can get coloring this piece. And I'm just going to do the fine lines. And we'll go to the resin and mica powders when we get into the bigger pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and start filling colors in, and let's see what we can do. Here is the red one. I know you have to shake these very well, and sometimes they glob out, but there's the tip. Where are we? Here's a very fine tip. So I think I can use that for all the cute little parts. So let's shake these. Got the red bow. I'm going to go into the candy cane too again because I've missed some areas there. And I'm wanting to do the full body of the tray with maybe some silver glitter, something of that sort. And I want to have this done before Santa Claus comes, so hopefully I can get this poured and possibly have it finished the day after tomorrow so I can go visit the boys and bring this to them. So let's see how these, I wanted to get up the sides and I didn't get up the sides on these little pieces and parts, but they're tiny. And I could do this with the UV too, but I'm afraid they might pop out. So I'm just going to try to color. And if they're not, bold enough, or they don't turn out after I pour this piece, we'll just have to go in and do some repainting. So let's see. I think I want to have Dear Santa in red. Ooh, let's see. Think of your colors, Billie. Well, here's Santa's here. We can do his hat. I don't think I need to do micas with that. It's a small area. But I would like to do the outline, and possibly, I might do the outline in black so they pop a little bit. As far as any other red, maybe I will color that because I don't have real bright red mica colors, I don't think. Let's see if there's one in this box. There's a pretty burgundy. What does this say? This says purplish red. And this might be wine red. No matter what, they're all very, very pretty. I see a color for the gingerbread man right here. And then possibly the reindeer too. We could do his horns a little darker in this coffee color. So I'm going to go ahead and get these spine lines done. And then we'll mix some mica powder and UV resin and fill in the other small pieces. So I'll be right back. Well, you know, those pens were working pretty good. But when I got to Santa's beard, as it dried, it cracked. So I'm going to put those aside and just go with my Sharpies and do some more outlining. So, oh, I don't have a white one, do I? Somewhere. Anyway, for instance, let's grab this fine tip brown, or extra fine. Let's see how this works. If I go around this reindeer, I just want to do the outline, and then we'll get to the mica powders. That might be the best way to go with little Sharpies. Well, I was able to get these little fine details colored in, so hopefully the next step goes pretty smooth. I had to put this aside. I've been sick for like 4 days. Just the flu. I think I'm on the downhill slide and getting over that, so I'm a little hoarse, so forgive me. But let's get going with the mica powders. Now, I pulled out several from the Bondcraftors that were sent to me, and some others, because I didn't have the proper green that I wanted, or a red that I wanted. But let me show you what we're going to do. I have some little, just some cups here, and let's start with the little gingerbread man. Now I've got these two. There's a bronze, this is a red brown, and this is a bronze, but I think I'm going to use a bronze for the little man here. So let's just get, I'm going to go to the side because I don't want to get micas all over here. I hope you can see me from way over here. I'm just going to get a little mica powder. I have to open that. Ooh, it's pretty pretty. Look at that, pretty pretty. Get a little bit here on my spoon, which is, of course, to the side of me. And we're not going to need very much. So what I'm going to do is mix a little bit of this bronze with my UV resin. And you can use the fine tips of a micro stick with the cotton swab pulled off, or you can use syringes. Now I don't have a lot here to try to put it in a syringe, but they work really well for small areas. And I've got 2 different sizes here with a tip, and you can get these on Amazon. And I did tape the tubes, so if I am using the UV, no light is going to interfere with that. But let's just mix a little bit of the UV. I might want a little more UV. And thin this out a little bit because, you know, solid colors and UV, it sometimes hampers the cure. What I don't want to do is interrupt this when it's already in the mold. So let's just mix this up. And I might be able to just dab him in, or use a pointy tool, like a ball tool. Well, I'd use a littler one, or your silicone tool. Let's go ahead and try this silicone tool here and see if I can't just dab this into my little gingerbread man. And I don't want to do a thick layer. I just want to be able to cover his little body. Then I'll take my UV lamp, just set it for 5 minutes. I can go over that white now, I think. Should be okay to do that. But I do like tedious little steps like this, separating somewhat. But I'm going to take the different colors and do all of these areas. Now I could just take the micas and brush in like the middle of this circle with the brown or the bronze. I think I might just go around the ring with the resin and mica powders. I'll show you what I mean. We just don't want to disturb it once it's down and set. So I'm going to be setting these as I go along. And then we're going to do regular resin, 1-to-1 part resin, over the entire piece, and that will hopefully grab and seal the UV resin, seal it in place. It's spreading a little bit. Right over that. That's a little thick. It wants to pull towards the center. Just get right up to all the edges. Try not to go over the lines. Just a little more in there. And what's left of my UV, I'll go ahead and cure it and put it in the scrap bin. Make sure it's not going to separate. It's finding its way. And we'll just get the lamp. And I'll go for 5 minutes. I need to plug it in first. All my plug-ins are on the floor. A 6-way, so here we go. And we'll just stop and wait till that's cured. Well, that went 5 minutes, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take this brown and go right around the circle of where the cookies go. Oh, and I see, guess what I see right there? Oh, of course. Kitty cat hair. There we go. And it looks like everything's covered, so I won't worry about going in again. I will go underneath this mold when I've got everything pretty much set in. Go ahead and get the lamp underneath. It barely fits under the lamp, but it won't fit on the trace to get the double-sided part under there. So I'm going to go ahead, spend some time. I'm going to use the other brown for the reindeer, and I've got some orange for the carrot. And let's see, I've got some white mica for the milk carton. I want to keep using the micas this way, and that way they shine a little bit more. Just fill this in. Got the little Christmas tree, so I've got green. I went over a little bit. I'll wipe that up. And I will come back maybe when I tackle the red ribbon, because I'm thinking about doing the red ribbon in this glitter. And this is just Walmart glitter. It's pretty red. It's a bit chunky, but I don't have any other, so we're just going to use what's here. and I'll catch up with you when I'm done with all of this. So see you in a bit. Well, I have all the pieces pretty much finished and filled in, but what I do want to do is take regular mica and color in these circles. So I've got the darker coffee color here, and I'm just going to fill in, which I think would be the body of the reindeer. And that really didn't take too long to do that, even though it's small, you know, just small areas. It's just a matter of mixing your micas with your resin and curing it. Not too long at all. Whew. I'm feeling a bit slow today. I'll just get that colored in. I overdid it, and I don't want to spread it around, which I already have. To clean that up. It took more than I needed. Quick fix. Just a quick fix is a little bit of tape. I'll just pick up most of that. And brush the rest in. And clean that up shortly. So I'm going to go ahead. Gosh, I made a mess. Let's go ahead and get the red. So I've got I'm going to turn it this way and do it upside down. The Dear Santa. I might as well blow this out because it's everywhere now. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm going to get a little resin. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit, very little bit of the red in here. Now this is a different company. This is Estoyu red. It's more like a watermelon, but it'll have to fit the bill. I just want a tint of red because we're going to go mainly glitter. So let's see what that does for me. Get a new brush and color this in. Yeah, that does look like a watermelon red, doesn't it? But let's add the glitter. And hopefully I can keep it all in the right area. A little spoonful here. Try to pick up the smaller flakes. Just like so. Mix that around. It should shine through, I'm hoping. Maybe I put too much red tint in. Let's add some more glitter. Just like this. It'll drop to the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and just get it in the ribbon. All the way in the ribbon. So I'll be working on this close to the edge. Try to fill it in. I'll probably give this maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll flip the mold and do the other side for all of the micas with the resin, the UV. And then we can go ahead and get ready to pour. Okay, so I'll keep doing this, and I will see you in the back porch. Okay, I think that's going to work out just fine. Well, I have everything colored in and everything cleaned up. So what I want to do is 2 pours, because there is a ridge right around the edge here and then within the handle area. So I'm going to mix up some of my Bondcraftor's 1-to-1 epoxy resin, and I'm going to do a little red glitter, and we're going to do the entire rim with the red glitter. And then when that gets a little tacky or sets itself up a bit, I'll go ahead and do the entire pour with this snow diamonds from Glitter and Crafts for You UK, or excuse me, online. No, glitterandcraftsforyou.com. Speak right, Bill. Anyway, I'm going to move this over to my heat mat, and this is to the other side of me. And when I pour, we'll be on the other side of my room, or just around the corner of the desk. So I'll see you in a minute. Well, everything is colored in, and I went ahead and flipped it and did the UV lamp on the other side, and it looks like it's all clean. I need to mix some resin, but I want to do 2 pours. The first one, I'm going to go around the edges here, because there is a divider around the handles and the edge. So my resin will be mixed in with this glitter from Walmart, the red that I used in the ribbon, and then we'll complete the piece once that sets a little tacky with more Bondcraftors, and I'm going to use the Snow Diamonds glitter from glitterandcraftsforyou.com. So I'm going to move this over to my heating mat, mix up some resin, and I'm not sure. I'm going to have to guesstimate. It's not going to take much. I think I'll make 6 ounces. Use part of that clear because I have a project that needs a top coat. Then I'll come back in and mix the glitter and go ahead and pour it. So I'll get ready. Gloves, glasses, air purifier, and my mask. So I'll be right back. Well, I have a cover on here. I have quite a bit of resin left. So let's go ahead and get some glitter in here. And I have some extra molds. I have some more of those little animal molds. So if we have extra resin, we're just going to maybe make a couple more animals. Don't know what or how much. Is that a start? It's quite a bit of resin. I think we need a little more glitter. And sinking to the bottom is fine, because our bottom is actually the top. And we flip it out of here. Let me just give that a good mix. So I have it on a silicone mat on a heating pad. Ooh, look at that. Not pretty. And I'll just set it for, I'll just wait for an hour and see how well that sets up. Now, the tricky part right now is going to be having me get this resin just around the rim. And what is that word? Oh man, words. Pipette. I don't know if a pipette would work. I don't have luck with those. Plus I don't see any right here. So I guess I'm just going to very carefully try to get this in the mold. I'm going to pull up a chair so I can see better. The lighting isn't as good on this side, but you work with what you have. And I do have supposedly a spoon, but I guess I don't know if this is a spoon here. A little wooden spoon. I don't know how that will work, but let me just try. Excuse me, I have to cough. feeling better. Did have that crud, but I don't want to go too high, and I don't want to go into what's going to be the white area. This might take delicate moves, Billy. And it will be somewhat translucent. So didn't put a lot of glitter there, in there, but let's see what happens. And I have to do it quickly. My resin has been in a different room where it's warmer, because like I said before, this is my back porch and I don't have the heating vent hooked up to the furnace in here. So I just have to be sure it's not really cold. I think I'm doing okay. Don't speak too soon. Hopefully I don't go over. It's wanting to over here. Guess I'll have to watch it, and I don't know how level. How am I going to do this? See the top of my head. I'm not sure how level this side of the counter is. It's just an L-shaped countertop back here in the porch. Because it was going to be our office, but then by the time we got this room done, we didn't need offices anymore, Richard and I. Oh, that looks really pretty. Very, ooh, very carefully right in there. It might run. It's gonna snug right up to that handle, isn't it? But I do need a spot right here. Ooh. I'm trying to go backward low. That was almost a mistake. I'm going to let that do what it's going to do. I might have to pull some of that off the sides. I'm afraid to try to turn it. So I'm down here now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Made so much more than I needed, but wasn't sure. I did top coat that other piece, which has been sitting there a while. It was the Smiley Ghost tray from Halloween, and for some reason the top got some goobers on it, so I had to put some clear on top and hide those. So I don't know what happened or who got into it or what touched it, but I couldn't clean it off. Look there, there's a mess. Just very carefully. We'll see what animals I have to use the rest of this. And whoa, it's gonna scare me right there. Just run down the side. See what kind of animals I have there on the side, and then make some more angel wings. Now I'm gonna stick my head under the camera to try to see what I've got going on there. Oh, it's not bad. I need to get a pop or a micro stick and see. Well, this angle is going to be tricky for me. I'm trying to go the other way. Whoopsie. Whoa, well, that'll be a cleanup job. do I have? I have a, oh, that little makeup brush. No, I don't. Oh dear, what do we have? Silicone. I'm gonna have to wipe that up with a paper towel. Get that out. Right. Wonder if, nah, we'll just go ahead with the spoon. I just don't want to get it on the letters, or then I'd really have a mess. Like I just said, I'm not seeing properly on this side. Let's get that off. And we'll get it. We'll get it no matter what. It's going to have some bald spots. Let me get a napkin. Gives you plenty of paper towels. I just quarter them or break them in half. I did have to go over that silver pan a little bit today before I started because it, how did I do that? It peeled back off the letters. Just scoop it over that way. That'll work. Over here, let's do a little cleanup as we go. Just wipe some of that up. We're getting it. I'll clean that up. Let me go ahead. Oh, look at this. As we go along, I can get that in a minute, is what I'm trying to say. Down like that, Billy. Well, should have went ahead and turned at that angle, hey? Or to a different angle, so I could have done it right. But I will have to get that out of there. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm starting to feel better. I don't know if that was just a virus or flu. It put me down a couple of days, that's for sure. It really did. Put me right down into bed. Let's get this up. Alright, I'll be cleaning that up shortly. Get that heating pad turned on. Let me pause you and I'll move the camera over to the other side again. We'll see what we have for critters. Little critters. Okay, got glitter all over myself. What do we have? There's the little reindeer. This is a rabbit. Another little reindeer. Oh, he's cute. This one has a flat back. This one is a 3D one. I think you've seen him before. Another puppy. Oh. And the little rhino. Now we should probably set them in something so they don't fall over. Deli cups work for me. Well, that's kind of going to be lopsided. It's got a divot in it. Well, maybe they'll stand on their own. Or, oh, I've got these little cups I just used. That's not going to fit. He will fit. See, will you fit? Not quite. find something, or just the regular cups. Let's go ahead and use this up. Better start, or I'm going to have a... It's getting warm. Oh, gee, do I need to add glue? I do, don't I? Oh, Billy, get the glue in there, quick. This is the last of this jar. It's a mess. Look at it. Get a little in there. Is it all dried up? Oh, there's just... It's getting dry. Oh well, it's probably all I need. If I can get it off the stick. Just stir it up. And it's probably a mute point. There's a napkin. Yes, it's warm. My other glue's in the other room. Oh, I've got a little in there. Alright, let's just see what happens. They might be top heavy with glitter. Maybe I should pull him out so I can squish him. Ooh, yes, that's like really boogery. Can I say that? It's boogery. I'm going to have to squish his face. Don't have a flash cure, Billy. I can't pinch and do that at the same time. His little nose and ears. There's bubbles. Ouch. Get in the nose. Get in the little nose. Don't worry, just go, Bill. Get that. It's not going in that ear. Yeah, maybe I have it. Let's go for this big boy. No matter what, they'll be cute. Boy, that was a lot of resin. Still is difficult to estimate resin sometimes, don't you think? I know there's programs, but they're good for, you know, squares or rectangles, or rounds and circles, but a lot of times you're just, I try to eyeball it and guesstimate, but I sure didn't do a good job this time. That's going in there nicely. That is so thick. That glitter's not going to shrink. Is there enough for this little boy here? Pretty sure. Some squishing in. Oh, is that going to be just enough? Ooh, let's hope. I've got to finish the puppy too. That's fun. Being a kid and making a mess. Get a stick down in that one little ear. Move it around. Looky there. Just enough. I need to weigh these little molds. And if you don't know, if you weigh your piece after it's cured, that'll tell you really how much resin you need, whatever that weight is. Works out. It helps to do that. Look at you. Oh, that's amazing. Put a big cover over these so the cats don't knock them over. What's in there? Not much left. Sorry, little reindeer, you're gonna have to wait. Oh, I've got a wing here. The tape. I need tape to clean that off, or at least wipe it down. beavers on it. It's hard to keep this back room clean and dust free. The back door's right here. Kitty door's right here. Everyone's in and out. Alright. Whoops. Try to scrape the rest out of here and there. Let's see if we can't make a set of wings, even if they're partially red. We'll add clear later. Ooh, that's gooey. Alright, I'll check on the tray shortly, and we'll just mix up some more clear resin. Oh no. Ah! Oh no! Yeah, it's a day. Look at that. Sweet. Sweet, Bill. Look at that. Oh, really? Well, it could have been worse, eh? Jeepers creepers. Oh, like the bull in the china shop here today. Well, I was doing pretty good. Yeah, I was doing pretty good so far, but look at that. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Well, it wasn't too bad. Could have lost the whole... Could have sunk the whole ship. Well, now we know where the extra resin's going. Alright, I'll take care of business here. You just saw a bit of a klutz at work. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Well, I'm back, and let me tell you what I'm doing. I went ahead and mixed up 16 ounces, 2 cups. I'm not quite sure how much resin this tray will take to finish off, so I know I'm going to have extra. I was thinking about 12 ounces, but what the hey, we're going to go with the 16 ounces, and rather than adding glitter, I'm going to go white because I want it to be legible, and I'm thinking if there's full glitter on the back side of this tray that it'll become illegible, right? So I've got my resin sitting here on my beautiful Resiners dual-sided mixer. I'm going to turn it on slow and go ahead and add some, where am I? Let's Resin white mica and maybe just a little bit of glitter. If I was to put the white resin down and then sprinkle a little glitter around the edges, that's going to pull forward and I'll just have glitter in the middle. So let me get this on low. Shouldn't be too noisy. If it is, I'll mute you. I'm going to set this right back down in the container, and maybe you can see how this is going to change color. We'll just put a little bit in at a time. I know I'm right in your face, but I was hoping just to share this bit of the mixing process with you. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to do a very generous scoop of mica. Rather than do mica in a little bit of it and then try to mix it by hand, I thought we'd try it this way. Now I may have to add some casting craft to make it really, really white. This has got shimmer, and I think I'm going to use what's left in this bag. So we're going to put that right in there. I don't know if I could lift you higher without moving my whole arrangement of the table around. So let's speed that up a bit. That's going to be a shimmer. Get my stick in here and kind of get it off the sides. I know you can't see very well. Let me raise it a little bit. You can look right inside the mixer. So hold on. manual. How's that? Remove this. There, you can see inside. See, we have a white gloss. So let me get the casting craft. I want to make it pretty solid, but with a glisten. Now, this is very, very thick, and I never did cut the tip any bigger. So I'm going to give it a good squeeze. Ooh, come on, you. There's one big drop coming. Let's do maybe 2 or 3. 2. And a part 3. Oh, why not? Let's get the rest of that drip. What's it looking like? There, that's adding it. That's making it nice and white. And if it's too translucent, I'm just going to put a piece of probably white felt under this. Guess we'll see, but I don't see it getting any wider. New stick. I know this is rather boring, isn't it? Okay. Probably mix the heck out of it. Get that off of there. Alright. Call that good, Billy. Just a reminder, use up your colorants before they go dry. Now I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this glitter in. I can't sprinkle, I have to get a spoon. Or another stick. Another pop stick. Get some of this out, just a little bit. Oh, that looks good. Don't get carried away. You said you didn't want a lot of glitter, but there you are. Okay. That felt about right. So, let me pause you. I'll get the camera back at the right angle, and we're just going to go ahead and pour this. Well, I'm back. I'm ready to demold this tray. It looks really good from the back side. Cross your fingers, the front looks good. But let me show you what I already demolded with the excess resin. Of course, I had to do these little animals, and demolding them was a bit of a bugger because their heads are so big. But there's the little reindeer and the hippo, and this is the other little dog. So I'm going to put angel wings on them, I think. And speaking of angel wings, this was partially red and partially white. I'm not real happy about it. I might paint the whole thing red, but I guess we'll see. But those will go on one of our little critters, just like so. Now, I have to say, hanging by the wings is not a good idea. I had to go ahead on the green one and drill a eye hook into the top so he would hang properly. So here we go with another set of wings. This was with the excess white. And we'll just see how that turned out with just a little bit of glitter in it. And that's really nice. That's not too much, just enough. I'll trim the edges a little bit, and that'll be ready to put on a little animal. Speaking of which, I went ahead and poured this second teddy bear. This is the one with the sweater on him. And I don't believe he was too hard to demold, but it seems like once you get it over their face, which is the tricky part, you're good to go. And I'm just going to put some alcohol inside here. Give it a swish. Pull these little tags. Helps loosen it up sometimes. Those aren't very big tags to hold on to, but let's see if I can't get him out without a fuss. because I want to get to the tray. Get this to the grandsons before Santa comes. All right, I think I have a good start. Let me try to get this over his face. There's his nose. Oh, he's cute. Whoa, there we are. Ooh, a little silver sweater would look pretty on him, but look at that. Just enough glitter. I need to trim the bottoms, especially that foot there. And he'll be looking like that. Cute. Okay. Now, I was so fortunate. Before I say that, let's see. Is there no hair? Oh, no hair. And I believe it's going to be kind of sunk in the center. A little fuller on this edge, it seems, but let's loosen it up. I don't know what is the right side or which is facing. Oh, this is coming out nice. Okay, here we go. Oh, looks like everything came out except the little bit of eyes for the reindeer. And that'll be not a problem. Here we are. I think it's going to be this way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. That is cute. That turned out really, really good. The silver came out white. I might have to, actually what I might have to do, I've lost some brown on the reindeer's ear there. What I may have to do is recolor some of these. There's a little bubble hole right there. Some of these letters and do a top coat, and that shouldn't be too hard to do. But look how it's kind of crooked on the top. It's thicker in the middle. But what I want to do is be sure and let that just set a couple of days and let it finish curing. But I will. I'm going to outline some of these pieces, so now I know to go ahead and do it after the fact and outline my bow again. But the milk carton turned out good. Santa, he could use a little spiffing up, but there we have it. I don't think I'll need to put felt on the back. I will put some bumpers on. I think I'll probably do one in each corner and then in the middle here. Once I clean the edges so we don't scratch any tables. Yeah, it's still bendable, so I just need to let it set. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please take care. Happiest of holidays to all of you. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and you might give me a hype. The hype will help my video get out a little further into the world of YouTube. So take good care, everyone. As always, sending big hugs. Love you bunches. Bye.